This is Dee from Purple Sage Healthy Living. I'm taking you on my errands today. I'm about to go about, I don't know, maybe 20 miles. So I'm going to talk to you while I'm doing that. And before I start, I want to say thank you so much. I give gratitude to all of you who are listening to me ramble and liking my videos, and yeah, just want to say thank you. Today's video is going to be, well, before I do that, let me say again, may this message find you all well in mind, body, and spirit. Today, this morning, something happened that really touched my heart, and I just want to touch on it a little bit. I had a conversation with my grandson. He was in a bad place. And the reason being, someone at his job on the shift before him had unalived himself on the premises. And of course he was upset about the young man and the situation, but also that he said it appeared like management just, it's like they didn't care. And being young and not knowing how things or people are, especially when it comes to business, big business. I really felt bad for him because he's such a good spirit, and he really cares about people, and he doesn't like to see folks mistreated. For him, it felt like it was being disrespectful because they still allowed, they wanted the work done. Of course, now in talking to him, he did tell me that those who knew the guy, if they wanted to take the time off, they could. Of course, they had to take, their own personal time. But anyway, so he did. He took the time off, and yeah, when I talked to him, he was not in a good place. But this is the other thing. There's two parts to that. Yes, I feel for my grandson for having to have gone through that, even though he was not there when the young man made his choice. But the other thing is the young man who made that choice. It breaks my heart that he had no one. And I think that's why it kind of upset, well, not kind of, it upset my grandson, because he does have a support system. He does have me. He's got family and other people that he can talk to. I don't know that young man's situation, and I'm so sorry that he felt like that there was just no other way out of whatever he was feeling. The really sad part is that there are so many people who are out here feeling hopeless. Again, they don't see they can't see what's on the other side. And it's kind of hard for me because I've never been one not to wait to see what the outcome's gonna be. And I've been through some stuff. Trust me, in these years that I've been on this earth, I've been through some stuff. But I'm not the only one. And my mom used to always say, you know, be grateful, of course, in all things. But there's always someone out there that has it worse than you. And I know when you're going through something, you don't want to hear that because, you know, yeah, they may be going through something, but this is me. And everybody's thing is different. What may upset one person is just a bump in the road for somebody else, you know? And I'm just at a loss for words that there are so many, especially young people, who are overwhelmed and just don't know which way to go when things aren't going their way for whatever reason. I just had to get that off my chest. I mean, I'm old enough and I've been through enough to understand what I always say about this too shall pass, okay? And for someone who is going through something and they think there's no way out. There is not understanding that if you just hold on a little longer, or that just came to me, what may be painful, maybe not just the situation, maybe because they're going through something that's just so painful, they just don't feel like they want to be here anymore. And that's so sad. And my heart goes out to that young man's family and to others who also make those choices for whatever reason. I know we have so many veterans who have seen so much, been through so much, and done so much, and now their spirit, their conscience, whatever, and they don't have an outlet. But I can't say what I want to say, but yeah, they don't have an outlet. They just have somebody that wants to, if they even have that, give them a pill, or they wind up using a substance or something to just relieve the pain for that moment. But after all that wears off, whether it be medical or what the folk call recreational, no matter what it is, after that wears off, they're back in the same situation. So, the other thing that I was going to talk about was, and I guess that kind of goes, because I don't know what, again, I don't know what made him make that choice. I was reading about the young lady who wound up being unalived after confronting. I don't even know the whole story. I just got the gist of it, and I'm not going to speak on that part. That went to this person's house looking for their husband, and something about his car was in the backyard, and she took the car and put it in the front and began trying to confront this person through the door. Baby, let me tell you something. Folk who are going through relationship challenges, please know that there is no one out there who is worth your sanity. Okay? This woman lost her life. I don't know if they had children, whatever. She goes and put herself in harm's way over somebody who evidently did not care, because if they did, they would not have been where they were in that situation. That's just my opinion. I know, but I'm not even gonna get in there. What I'm saying is, there is no one who is worth you losing your life over because they don't feel the same way about you as you feel about them. I can remember being a young lady in my 20s. I had gotten off of work. At that time, I was working in a textile mill that you heard me talk about, in manufacturing. And my now husband, he was giving me the work. I stopped off at, because I was working night shift, and I stopped off to have breakfast at a spot where I would go sometimes. And I guess, just like now, I wear my feelings on my face. Sometimes my face does not have an inside voice. And the lady who owned the joint, she asked me what was wrong, and of course I told her some of it, and she was like, bless your heart. She told me, she said, I know you don't see it now, but at some point he will look just as good going that other way as he does coming toward you. And I was like, no, you just don't understand. I love him, da 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 da. And she said, I know. But see, she had that wisdom then that I have now. So I'm able to speak on and tell you that it's not worth you losing your sanity, losing your sleep. And everybody has when you're in a relationship with someone, you're not always gonna see eye to eye. There are times when things are different, and you know, stuff happens, okay? So with that being said, don't give anybody that kind of power over you, because only you can make you feel a certain type of way. No one should have that kind of power over how you feel and how you conduct yourself. Don't get me wrong. There are sometimes I have wanted to slap somebody with a chair. Huh? I get it. I get it. But even at that, I would tell someone to not let yourself get that far bent out of shape that you become, or someone that you wouldn't ordinarily be, or take actions that you wouldn't ordinarily do if things were different. And you are free to make your own choices. In all of these situations, good, bad, and ugly, we always have choices. Ooh, Lord. If young folk only knew, and I know that it's not just young folk that have issues. Issues come in all ages, all sizes. But it's not always about what we're going through. Most of the time it's how we deal with what we're going through. So again, with that being said, I'm gonna get off of here for now. I'm gonna make my little errand and then meet my grandson back at the house, so I can give him a big old hug and let him know how much I love him, and that no matter what goes on the outside, he still has someone here in his circle. And yeah, well, before I go, check on your people. I've said that before, but please check on your folk, because you never know what people are going through. And just saying you all right, that's why I don't like a lot of texting. I can deal with a phone call because I can usually discern what's going on in a person's voice. But all the texting, that keyboard hides a lot of things. So don't just say, oh, are you okay? And they may say, if you say, are you all right? Yeah, everything's okay. If it's someone that you know, okay, that's another phone call. I'm gonna have to get off. Okay, I'm sorry about that. This is a whole different day, but I wanted to finish. I wanted to finish my thought. I actually did, and forgot to turn on my mic, so I had like 3 minutes of da-da-da-da-da in there. But anyway, I just wanted to say, please check on your people. Don't just go by text, because you can't recognize when some, and you still may not be able to recognize, but it's harder to recognize behind a keyboard than it is to either seeing somebody face to face or talking to them on the phone. Check on the elderly. Check on the young folk. Everybody's going through something. And every now and then, check on that person that's the strong one. The ones who carry things for other folk. The ones who's always there to help give you a positive encouragement. The one who may help you realize which way you should be going. Because a lot of times the ones that are strong, they don't ask for help. So, yeah, check on them too. So that's all. I just didn't want to leave you hanging. I got that phone call and that whole thing just went backwards. So may you find yourself well in all your ways. And I'll see you in the next video.